Corona, corona, corona. Everyone is talking about it. Everybody is affected by it, and we are reminded of it daily in the news, in social media, and everyday life. Corona, of course, means crown, and in this short message, I want to show you 3 crowns that affect everybody, everywhere. Let's take a look. The first crown is the crown of sin. God created man to know Him, love Him, and live in perfect communion and unity with Him. However, when man chose to obey Satan rather than God, sin entered the world, and man became separated from God. Just like a virus, the crown of sin brought about sickness, pain, brokenness, and ultimately death, eternal separation from God. The world is frantically looking for a vaccine to protect us from corona, since medication can only treat the symptoms and does not deal with the root cause. The difference between the crown of sin and corona is that man is born with this crown, and there is no man-made vaccine to cure it. Religion is man's effort to try and be restored to God in his own strength, but it can never uproot the crown of sin. The second crown is the crown of Christ. God has provided a solution for man's problem, a vaccine, if you will, the crown of Christ. Jesus took the crown of sin upon Himself and proved that He is able to destroy the crown of sin in man's life by rising from the dead. Christ's death and resurrection prove that Jesus is able to conquer sin and death, and that there is life after death, a life eternally joined or eternally separated from God. People may argue that Jesus is not the only way to deal with the virus of sin, but the truth is that Jesus says of Himself that He is the only way to the Father. Let me ask you, if you were diagnosed with corona and told that you will die, but were offered a proven vaccine to cure you, would you accuse the doctor of being narrow-minded and intolerant of other medication? Or would you take the vaccine in order to live? God offers us this free gift, the crown of Christ, in order to give us the third crown, the crown of love. God the Father longs to restore His creation to Himself so that man can know Him, be united to Him, and live in intimate communion with Him and those who belong to Him. God offers man the crown of Christ so that those who believe will receive the crown of love. The crown of love is salvation, the union of God and man for eternity. The beautiful image God uses to help us understand the restoration and union of man with God is the covenant of marriage. Marriage is God's idea, and it represents not only the union of man and woman becoming one flesh, but it is God's way of reminding us of His great love for us and His longing to be joined to us through the new covenant of Christ's blood. Marriage, or the salvation of man, is the crown of love. The world treats marriage simply as a legal commitment of one person to another. However, God's view of marriage is that it is a holy covenant that is made between a man and a woman who have chosen to love one another and promise to be faithful to one another as they live under the authority of God and His kingdom. I pray that the world will find a vaccine to destroy corona, but more importantly, I pray that you will understand and believe that there is only one cure for the crown of sin, the crown of Christ, and that you would surrender your life to Christ's authority and choose to follow Him so that He can give you His crown of love, so that you can be restored to God and know Him, love Him, and walk in intimate communion with Him, now and forever. God bless you.